What's up, YouTube? Checking out a Pioneer Masters draft since a couple folks been asking for a little more Magic content. I figured got some time this weekend, try to record. I am a big draft fan. Um, Now we can kind of get into this pack a little bit here, and I'll try to talk through my process as best I can. It's a complicated format. I do know that red, white, and green are very strong. I've seen some streamers try to force blue, black. Um, I don't know that I'm good enough to do that because we've got a pretty strong rare here. When this and at least two other creatures attack, creatures you control, and first strike trample can't be blocked. If I take that, I think it'll be tough um, to veer away from aggro, but I do think that this is the best card in the pack. If I didn't want to take it, I would probably take like Din Rova Horror. Again, taking something like 10th District Legionnaire is good, but I think it's a little bit scary. Also, speaking of scary, is Murmuring Mystic. When you cast an instant or sorcery, make a 1/1 bird with flying. Very difficult card to make work right now. It's a good card, but if I wanted to go blue reds like spells, I don't have to be blue red necessarily, but I do think it's pretty interesting because I think it's possible to get a lot of blue cards. It's just a matter of are we going to survive? Because Crawl Harpooner is also a really strong card, and you don't have to do anything to make it work. But I think that this card is fun, so I'm gonna try it out here. I don't know really why I'm looking at chat. There's no chat here. Is like the safe option is just taking Slide Runner and forcing red. Um, but it's early in the packs. Let's try to have some fun. I've already trophied once in this format, and Jesse and Thief is good. So prowess when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I can see playing some kind of like blue-based spells theme right now because we're probably going to get a lot of blue cards. That is Rurik Thar. Definitely a decent card. A little bit dicey because um, I am hoping to cast a lot of non-creature spells. So Gust of Wind, I think it's possible to be quite good in this deck. I'm probably just going to scoop up as many blue cards as I can. I don't know if that's right because there's also Rescue from the Underworld, which is pretty good. Sack a creature, then get a creature back, and the creature that you sacked. And Gnarlback Rhino is pretty good here. I'm kind of in that mood to force blue a little bit. I don't think I need to take Gust very highly, though. This is a pick 4 Rhino. So that's a very strong card. And Burning Anger is really strong. And a Loxodon Smiter. Treasure Cruise is good. Burning Anger does go quite well with a Gnarlback Rhino. It's great in this red-green Power Matters. If we get some heroic stuff, that's definitely going to help out too. I am surprised that blue is drying up. Now, Audacity is great just to trigger Gnarlback Rhino. Red creatures, you're going to have heroic. If you don't know what heroic means, it just means when you target a creature with a spell, you get like a trigger. I take Audacity because it just replaces itself. Now, there's another Storm Chaser Mage. All the Hammer is quite good because once again, it triggers heroic. You're going to draw a card off Gnarlback Rhino. And I'm surprised to see red so open because usually it's quite contested. And now we get a Witch's Mark, which means we get to draw some cards and trigger some Gnarlback Rhinos, of which we might get more because this is a pick 4 Gnarlback Rhino, and I don't know the people who are watching this how well versed you are in draft mechanics, but I'm more than happy to educate there. I will take a Zendikar Incarnate. It's a pretty nice wheel, but this is also a very surprising wheel. 10th District Legionnaire, because this card is nuts. It's actually way better than Zendikar Incarnate, so I may not even play the Gnarlback Rhino in Audacity. change the view of my board here. Um, I might just take a Sajiri Shelter. I don't think this card is that impressive. Renown just means when you connect for the first time and it's not renowned, then put a 1/1 counter on it and it becomes renowned. So I think I'll just take a Shelter because it's a nice, cheap, heroic card. And these green cards don't really impress me that much. Bestow, give +2/+2 reach, and then a 5/5 that can get your stuff trampled. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what direction I thought we were gonna go at the beginning here, but Ardenvale Tactician is pretty decent. I don't know if it's decent for this deck. Getting a removal spell is nice, but also getting another heroic trigger is fantastic. So it's a tough pick for me. I think I take like the salvo just because there might be some bigger stuff that we want to get and probably see some other dragon mantles later. I'm gonna keep these blue or these green cards around just to see if man, I'm like a visual stim. I'm looking at chat even though I'm doing a recording. Um, yeah, interesting start to the draft. Not a ton of creatures, but we did wheel a very good creature. So this says when you cast a spell that targets it, put a 1/1 counter on it, scry 1. That's a very fantastic effect. It's a 2-drop, scales into the late game. And we got to wheel it, which is fantastic. I'm also shocked to see a Celestia Charm. I think this is like one of the better commons in the set too. I don't know if I'm gonna splash for it, but also get in a Crowan Crusader. You cast a spell that targets Crusader, make a 1/1 with haste. I was not intending to draft red white aggro. I thought it would be a lot more contested than this, but apparently it is not. So we missed out on a couple picks, but I'm not too upset because we still have a very strong deck to start out with. This Celestia Charm. I mean, white is not as open, which is fine. I think for red white, red is a much stronger color than white. But as long as we're splashing a little bit of white for stuff like 10th District Legionnaire, we might just splash 10th District Legionnaire on its own in green red, depending. I did pass that Borborygmos. I'm not like upset about it because again, we still have a lot of spells. There's a Zergo, can't block creatures of power 2 or greater. Very much just a fine card. Stasis Snare, which is a great removal spell. It's going to get us in. It's a double white, which is a little scary. Crawl Harpooner if we want to stay green. Dragon Mantle. We'll probably wheel that, so I'm not interested in taking it. I'm going to take Stasis Snare because even though white was not, getting passed to me that much, I still think I would like to take some white cards just to see, because I think that this will be a better card than Crawl Harpooner. There is some main board enchantment hate in the format. Now this one's tricky because like you could take Oath of Gideon, make 2 1/1s. I think that's a fine card if you want to go wide. Phalanx Leader is also great if you want to go wide, and we kind of do. Because we're going wide here and then getting a payoff for putting counters on it. Double white is definitely a cost though. I kind of just want to take Wild Slash because again, remember white was not coming to us that much in pack 1, and cheap interaction in this format is so important if you're up against like the mirror or something and you gotta kill your opponent's 10th District Legionnaire. You really don't want to fall behind. I think I like this start so far. Let's see, what could I hope for? A bomb. A bomb would be great. Heliod's Pilgrim is probably not gonna make the deck. It's a card that I could play because I've got Burning Anger. I don't even know if Burning Anger is going to be that good in like red white. Swifty, love, love, love a Swifty. Although, man, pick 3 Stasis Snare. I'm not upset about it. It's also just like a Rimrock Knight. We'll probably wheel the Ranger. We gotta take a removal where we can get it, I think. So I'm gonna take this other Stasis Snare. Maybe our color balance evens out a little bit. I'm surprised to see a pick 3 Stasis Snare. Maybe there's like a white drafter who are like immediate right. That's really all I can think about. Void Winnower is cute, but not for us. I think I'll just take a red 2-drop. Now, we could have been like a blue-red spell deck a little bit, because we got one of these earlier. I don't know if that deck is very good, because there's a bonus sheet right now. If you don't know what that means essentially one of the commons in the pack is replaced with or one of the cards in the pack is replaced with any card from a certain list. And this week it's Planeswalker themed. So there's a lot of extra Planeswalkers running around the format, and there's creatures and spells that kind of interact with Planeswalkers a little more. I haven't seen a whole lot of them, to be honest. Other people have been very lucky. Shamanic Revelation. I don't think so. This could wheel. It's pick 5. It's a very strong spell. But we have 5 creatures, and I really want to get my creature count up. And this is an aggressively costed creature. I'm not likely to play instants on the opponent's turn, and if I do, I don't mind the trade-off. It might be Martial Glory. But I think I just need some stronger creatures, or just like any creatures right now. And speaking of creatures, this guy pulls double duty. I don't think this deck or this card is for this deck. It could be, but it doesn't feel like a red-white card. Compulsory Rest, also not bad. We just don't want the opponent to gain life if we can help it, which is Mark. And a Savage Punch pick 6, which is really surprising. But I am going to take this Rimrock Knight here. That's a gift. And a Phalanx Tactics. I think Martial Glory is going to be better, because we only have one Akroan Crusader right now. So we're not going that wide. It's a good heroic trigger, but we're not going wide. Not too wide yet. So I'll take a Glory. We got to think about this Ardenvale Tactician too. Green seems to be very open. In Lotus Eye Mystics, maybe I play this because I could buy back Burning Anger. Don't know if that's good, but I could do it. We'll put you in the board right now. Zergo came back. An Ardenvale Tactician. I do want to be careful about putting too many like double white pip cards in the deck. We are still skewing pretty heavy red, but our color balance is going to be a lot more even, which is not good for a mana base for an aggro deck. But also, I don't think Zergo is that good. So Ardenvale Tactician just pulls so much weight. And speaking of going wide and double white, I'm going to put Phalanx Leader in the board. I don't feel good about it yet. If we get some good reasons to play it, then I'll play it. I think I have to take Rimrock Knight. Hero of Iroas is a good scaler, but we're not getting too much of the aura payoff for it. And again, I do want to stick to red if I can help it. And the Martial Glory Wheel. Mwah! Beautiful. All right, now we're building the deck. I think Rhino can go and Audacity can go. Fixing in the last pack would be great. So any kind of like dual land is fantastic. There aren't any dual lanes in this format that... Oh, we got a Phalanx Tactics on the wheel too. Dictative Heliod, there we go. And there's a Boros Guild Gate that I think we'll see. Fell of the Hammer or Fall of the Hammer could come back, but this card's fantastic. My mana base is crying right now, but I think I am absolutely gonna snap this up. How many of these do I have? Just one. I don't play a lot of Constructed, but I do get a little bit anal when it comes to the the getting extra gems and stuff. Oh my goodness. Secure the Wastes with my Dictative Heliod. We're a sneaky go wide deck all of a sudden. Wow, that's pretty nice. Our green deck would have been okay, but I'm so glad that we like switched to white at the last second there. Now I am gonna take this Wild Slash. I could take a Gruul Guildgate and splash something like Selesnya Charm. I don't think that card is really worth splashing. It's a strong common, but it's not that strong. But meanwhile, Wild Slash is going to help give us that reach or kill some blockers or whatever. So happy about that. Now we don't really have a lot of... Ooh, that is... Ooh, that's just 4 to the head. Not so bad. It's a double red card, and, you know, our original 10th District Legionnaire did wheel. What's our creature count? 8? Yikes. Actually got to take this 10th District Legionnaire. As much as I would like this, because it's nice reach. It's a removal spell. It can just kill the opponent out of nowhere. I really got to take a creature because we are hurting on that front. That gives me Planeswalkers. A Crowan Crusader help me go wide a little bit. And yeah, there's not too much else. Maybe wheel the Notaband Trailblazer. Another Wild Slash. Witch's Mark. Got 10 creatures. But these are making a lot of creatures. We're at 24 playables. It's a little tricky, y'all. I do think like one Keening Apparition's not so bad. We have a Witch's Mark already. I feel like I should still take this Wild Slash. Maybe I play this a little slow. Ordeal of Purphoros. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more counters, sack it. And then when you do sacrifice it, deal 3 to any target. Great. And if you've ever seen these dual-faced cards before, you can either play it as an instant or play it as a tapped land. So that'll replace one of our land cards, I think. We'll take out a Plains for that. So really we're looking at 26 cards. We want to cut... we're pretty low on the curve. So I think really we can run 16 lands. Normally in Limited, you want to play 17 lands. But with this low curve, I think that playing 16 is fine. Now, Slide Runner, because we got to think about, like, what's our game plan here? Our game plan is kind of just draw into Dictative Heliod. I don't actually know if Burning Anger is going to be that good in this deck. Because we're going wide. We're targeting our Crowan Crusaders. We're making a bunch of 1/1s, and then we're going super wide. I think Burning Anger is pretty good reach at the end of the game, though, so that makes it really difficult. I think I need to keep Witch's Mark because I don't have a lot of card draw. I'm probably not going to play second Trailblazer, so let's take an uncommon, I guess. This is a tricky deck, y'all. We gotta kind of unpack it a little bit because I could play Phalanx Leader. It's a little dicey just because I have so many early, like, cheap red cards. It seems like all of our white cards we're going to get to play later in the game. for the most part. You know, we've got 10th District Legionnaire, but I don't think I care about this. Whenever opponent casts a non-creature spell, if it's renowned, deal 2 damage to that player, I believe is what that says. Tricky deck, y'all. So we'll put the shelter over here, cut a land. So we're looking. We got 16. That's 17. We could cut. We have 8 white sources right now, which is appropriate. It doesn't feel right to go to 9 or to go to 8 red sources. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but I think I'm supposed to. Playing 16 lands is correct, but the 2 cards that I cut, now Legion Loyalist is gonna be, I think, not bad. Let's kind of like take out our heroic enablers, like strictly heroic cards, and see what our curve looks like. Because you're a heroic card. You're a removal spell. So we've got a lot of removal. And I think I like the Stasis Snares more than the Boulder Salvo. So we can cut a Boulder Salvo. It's going to help with our curve. Even though we're probably going to be double spelling, I don't think we need the Boulder Salvo. Slide Runner, Rimrock Knight, All the Hammer, 2 more heroic cards. Secure the Waste is really technically like a 2-drop. Although I want to cast Secure the Waste for like a big number. I do feel like there's going to be a little bit of tension in the deck as far as the speed of the deck. What's our creature count? 10 creatures is a little rough. It's a little low, y'all. Phalanx Tactics is gonna give us some good reach, but I have 1, 2, 3 ways to go wide. I'm just scared of playing Phalanx Tactics. I don't think it's that bad, but I think like out of all the other cards that we get to play, I think it's probably the worst. I could also cut a Wild Slash, because this should really go over here. I don't know if it's right to cut a Wild Slash. Because again, interacting with your opponent's cheap stuff is really good. So I think like 5 spells or like sending it straight to their face is good too. Let's see. And these are also removal spells. I think Fall of the Hammer is going to be a little bit worse in this deck because we don't have too many big creatures. Like we have some, but it is a heroic trigger. But the cards that we want heroic on, I don't know if it's right, but I don't think that I should play that card. And we'll see how that works. All right, see you in the games. Right, welcome back. Let's see. I get a hasty 1-drop, a hasty 2-drop, and that looks pretty good to me. So I think that this format is fun, but it's hard to do anything interesting that isn't just an aggro deck or a gate deck. And the gate decks range from very bad to pretty decent. Like, I trophied with the gate deck. Like, they can be really good, but if you don't get any of the gate payoffs, then, like, you've got to hope that you get some good cards to splash. Okay, probably exiling 10th District Legionnaire. That makes a lot of sense. This is fine. I'm gonna play a Crowing Crusader. Just have, like, a spell up Now this is where like Keening Apparition would be good for us to have. This feels like I want to... Ooh, that's pretty nice. I think I want to... Wild Slash Hero of Iroas. And then maybe, like, make them block with Phalanx Tactics. Because they've probably got a read on a kill spell, and the fact that I get to just get some free damage in is pretty nice. They're already at 13 damage and it's turn 4. I'd like to just kill them soon, though. We're already getting into top deck mode, because the Stasis Snare is going to have to nab something pretty good. I'm not too shaken up about Aliev Sky Knight, though. So what they're going to do is detain, which means it can't attack or block, and its abilities can't be activated. I'm not too pressed about... Oh, they're actually doing it on a Crowing Crusader, which is interesting. They're attacking with Cloudfin Raptor. I do think it's better to hit Cloudfin Raptor. Because if I get to attack with enough creatures, I get some First Strike, which will be really nice. Unfortunately, this is not really a good turn for me to attack. I really shouldn't have even played that land. I don't know if it's right to just like play... I think next turn I can play Phalanx Tactics and then attack with Loyalist. They're attacking, which makes sense. They probably aren't too interested in blocking. It also looks like they're a bit stuck on lands here. Because they missed 2 land drops, which is good for me. If I draw a Witch's Mark, I'm going to cry a little bit. Because I definitely didn't need to play that mountain. We got opponent. 3 mana. Hanging out. Just looking at your hand. That's the guy's cradle. Hero of Iroas, numero dos. Okay. So it does feel like a Phalanx Tactics smash. Because we're going to get... Fun with triggers. We're going to get our Heroic Trigger first. And they have a blue card, which is interesting. They have a blue instant up, which I predict is just a card draw spell. But now we get to swing all. All of our stuff is going to get First Strike and Trample. So that feels really good. Like, they can't realistically block with Hero of Iroas. They're gonna. And then, do they have the Mizium skin? They do, so I get to blow them out with the Hero of Iroas. And I get to sneak in all that damage that would have gone in anyway, which feels great. Because now I've got Legion Loyalist. They just have Aliev Sky Knight, and I'm telling you now, we top deck our Dictate of Heliod and draw, or add +2/+2 to our whole board. There are so many ways that you are crazy to attack here. Okay, that's a plains. I can't attack, unfortunately. I drew a land, which is not what I wanted. Now they're gonna have to put that on Legion Loyalist, I think. Which I don't like. I don't like, but what are you gonna do? Ultra Rest, Legion Loyalist. And again, this is where Keening Apparition goes crazy. I'm not gonna... Partial Glory. I think it's better to sneak in the damage. So you're gonna get +3/+0, and you're gonna get +0/+3. That way we have 2 wild slashes in the deck. If we draw either one of them, we win. Also, we're going super wide. So wide. The widest board ever seen. Not really, but... so it looks like you might want to blow up Stasis Snare. You're kind of looking at that, huh? Hovering over for that. Silk Wrap. Probably hitting a Crowan Crusader. I gotta hand it to the opponent. They have a lot of removal spells. And you are still attacking. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. All right, opponent. I got some life on board. I think I am going to crack this Loyalist because there's nothing I can do about it. Ordeal of Purphoros. I'm going to pop that on you. So if I attack all, you have to block here. You have to block this because if you block the 1/1, then you die. So now we get a 1/1 in, and we get to eat your guy for free. Sounds pretty good to me. And they're on 1 life. How are you going to win the game on 1 life? Okay, that's a good place to start. And they can't attack. Okay, they're going to attack. It's coming in. This is an opponent who is not afraid of anything. Another target creature. That is pretty annoying. At least I can punch the 3/1. But I'm mad a little bit. Because they're going to get some life here. Not too much life, but they're going to get some life. And Keening Apparition to blow up Cloud Raptor. Or to blow up the Stasis Snare. Fine. You may gain 1 life. I think this is right. Well, I've got so much mana, I don't think it matters. Tent District Legionnaire. Gotta Fall of the Hammer. The Sky Knight, I believe. Because I want to do this pre-combat. And we don't want that mountain. I'm going to punch you. And this Cloudfin Raptor is not going to get big enough for them to, like, double. And they have to, like, basically chump block with Keening Apparition. And then it looks like they have something, though. Victorious Charm. I'm not, like, too pressed about it. I'm certainly annoyed. I'm becoming annoyed. Because they're stabilizing. I'm telling you right now, there's a... we got gas on the top of our deck. I gotta believe in the gas on the deck. Because I'm not really in danger. Gas on the deck, that's all I need from you, man. Gas up top. That's fine. Gas up top. Gas me up, baby. I'm probably... Actually, I don't think I need to block, really. I'm just going to attack with the Pegasus anyway. So they can, like, pump this to 4 and then 1. I got to draw gas or lose anyway, so... Might as well. Gas up top, baby. Haha. Alright, be right back. I don't know what I could have done differently that last game. I think I played it about as well as I could. I'm sure the comments will tell me otherwise. I don't love this hand. Opponents, and I'm on the play, but at least I've got like a 2-drop. I could draw a 1-drop, which I didn't, but I could. I have Dictate of Heliod in hand, so. Player 3-1 and see what they have. Probably gonna be nothing. It's nothing interesting. I'm a little scared to put this Ordeal of Purphoros on this Rimrock Knight. But also they have nothing. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm telling myself that I'm saving this Rimrock Knight for a removal spell, which is not inaccurate. I don't think I can afford this. Also, what am I doing? I'm just having a little brain spasm there. All right, we're going crazy. Let me draw a land, please. Let me stick it to this gate deck. You're a Boundary Lands Ranger. And you have the audacity of this Boundary Lands. The audacity. You're going to draw so many cards, and yet... I suppose I'll trade this in. Oh, red. Well, that is how protection works, isn't it, lads? Whoopsie. That's alright. I didn't need to deal 3 damage anywhere anyway. 3 damage is for suckers and fools, of which I am neither. Whew. I hope nobody saw that. I also just drew 2 cards off of that. That looks like a Gurmag Angler to me, Bob. Which is kind of why I wanted a, what else do you have? It's kind of why I wanted an untapped land there. That would have gone pretty hard. Alright. 1 untapped land, and we are so in business. Alright, so Rimrock Knight. Gonna punch the Angler. Makindi Slide Ruler is gonna come in hot. No blocks. And then Phalanx Tactics, they get to +2/+1 next turn. Please don't draw a removal spell. That would make me really upset. Okay. Warhound. Interesting. We can Dictate of Heliod. That's actually kind of a fun surprise. Indie Slide Ruler. Send you in. Free to get +2/+2. And then I shoot you in the face for 7. Simple as that. That's what the deck's supposed to do. Actually, not really. That was a little dicey. Welcome back. For those keeping score at home, we are 1-1 right now. And this looks like a banger of a hand. They're not aggro. I kind of want a sneaky... I want to get a sneaky Legion Loyalist in. Because turn 1, a Chrono Crusader lets me Ordeal of Purphoros. And we just get this bad boy rocking and rolling here. Now this is a little unfortunate. I feel like I have to Ordeal with Purphoros and pass, because I don't really want to trade into that yet. No, I have to save it, because next turn I actually get to Fall of the Hammer and Rimrock Knight and stuff. And I can't really afford to not be able to do that. The Stasis Snare is just a dead card, though. So that's not good. Hey, don't punch my guy, okay? Don't punish me. Don't punish, alright? Just, like, play a dorky 4-drop. And we'll move on with our lives. Kiora! Your next turn, prevent all damage. Draw a card, you can play a land this turn. Prevent all damage. That would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent. Okay. But I can still attack and I can still get triggers. So this target creature deals the damage. Legion Loyalist. I do think I Rimrock Knight. I know it's crazy. It might be too crazy. That can't be right, but I'm gonna do this just to get the heroic trigger. That way, send these 3 here. This one doesn't matter where you go, because I just need the Ordeal of Purphoros trigger. Alright, Kiora down, and hopefully that was not too much of a road. Probably am gonna have to play the Sejiri Shelter as a land. The good news is we get Fall of the Hammer to continue our heroic stuff. I don't know if that was right. It feels bad. Compulsory Rest? Okay, this feels good. I am happy about this. Sejiri Shelter. Ooh! We got a little pro-white. Don't clip me out of context. Pro-white. Spank ya very much, and I'm just gonna punch. Target. Now that is gas. Killed your guy, sending in a whole bunch of damage, and then next turn we get to shoot something. Now this is where Phalanx Tactics would hog out, man. Flying in first strike. I don't know if I'm supposed to play this mountain or just hold it. I think I'm just supposed to hold it. Because if a Corona Crusader attacks also, I don't get to kill that thing. So I have to hold. I gotta wait. Opponent is getting dangerously close to being in just dying range. Do not punch! Do not punch me. How rude. They could attack. I don't think that they will. They certainly could. Is there a reason for me not to sack this? I think I may as well just do it. There's nothing I can... Material does not matter there. Where were you a turn ago, buddy? Really needed you. Alright. I've got so many cards that I could draw. And that is a bad one. But I still win. So. Aggro! Listen, I don't like drafting aggro too much in a format, but when we get a deck like this, you gotta take a peek. Yeah. almost forgot to press the record button, but, you know, sometimes the memory is a fickle thing. Anyway, this hand looks pretty good. I'm gonna play this Plains here just in case we need to stasis snare on turn 3. And also by way of some miracle we draw Plains. But land into Ordeal Purphoros off the Slide Runner is pretty good. Especially with as slow a start they're getting. This Slide Ruler is gonna get so many. Slide Runner? Slide Runner. Yeah. I hope I'm doing a good enough job of explaining the cards, because I am familiar with enough of the cards by this point. You're gonna die, aren't you? You're gonna kill my Slide Ruler. This is so sad. Quit targeting. I'm feeling so targeted right now. Because if you kill him, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Stop! What are you hovering for? You're crazy. No touchy. What? You are just like hovering everything, man. Okay, like, I don't know. That was a lot of concern. A lot of thinking for what was essentially just, I'm gonna kill a fella. I'm going to kill this now so they don't get a creature back. I guess, like, you know, they don't have to exile it. Now they definitely don't get a creature back. And I'm gonna cry. I told you, our mana base is bad. I am not upset that I took Dictate of Heliod. Gotta play this as a land. And there's pretty much no reason to cast the adventure side of Ardenvale Tactician, which is also a card that I forgot to explain. So some cards have an adventure on them. So it's like you get to play that first, and then it goes to exile. And then you get to play the creature from exile. Listen, I had to try to play a creature out into this board. You don't know what I'm up against, okay? And this opponent loves hovering over stuff. I know you've got the zombie kill spell. Go ahead and just... I don't know why you wouldn't have used it last turn. Is there anything I can do? Nothing I can do, really. Unless you drew it, but, like, I honestly don't know what they're doing. But that's fine. This is gonna be a juicy Secure the Waste. Like, Secure the Waste for 5 looks pretty good to me. Especially with the Phalanx Tactics on board. I can get a stew going. And a Butler. Filling a Seed Guardian and an Honored Hydra. They probably embalm the Honored Hydra, making a 6/6. Can you believe this used to be a rare? This card is nuts! Seed Guardian, huh? I think it's correct to make 5 1/1s at the end of your turn. And then we can assess from there. And you know what? You got 2 creatures. I can tap 2 creatures. It's kind of just a match made in heaven. Do I have lethal here, by the way? I need to check really quick. 2. So one thing gets 2, the rest get 1. So that's 2 times 4, that's 6 plus 5. Not lethal yet. But if we're a good boy and maybe Santa Blocks gives us everything that we ask for, maybe we do get lethal. A Dictate of Heliod would go pretty hard right now. Okay. Sure, you sack that guy. Gonna kill the 2/3. That's totally fine. Probably gonna get back the 6/6. Okay. Get another guy. Play the guy. A Stasis Snare hitting the Seed Guardian feels correct. Stasis Snare on Seed Guardian. Swing out. We trade in one of our 1/1s and then sneak in some damage. You're fine. We sneak in a good chunk of damage. Have 3 4/4s, and you get to buy back something. What are you gonna buy back? And hopefully we draw something that's like worth pitching. Witch's Mark. Even if we don't, maybe just getting a heroic trigger will be enough. I would like to draw some cards, though. Because, like, what could they get? They got nothing, which is a shock. Because they could, like, Butcher, get back their other Seed Guardian. Like, anything at all. They have, like, a board wipe? I don't think Damnation is in this format. Like, what could they have? Maybe Crush of Tentacles? Won't be Crush of Tentacles. Have I doomed myself? Oh, this opponent loves to count colors of mana. I got $10 that they control Z, untap their mana. Yep, they're untapping. You owe me $10. I don't know what they're doing though. Oh, how much fun it is to count. We love counting. Possessed Scob. Rebuy. Pulse of Marasa. You don't have a land! Okay. Bitch. That's a little sad. Wait. No, it isn't. That doinks him for 1. And then that's lethal. That's actually quite happy. Very nice. Me. Giving myself a little pat on the back there. You know, for an aggro deck, these games are kind of long. Legion Loyalist on turn 1. And a Martial Glory on turn 2 if we need it. Crowing Crusader. Hey, bud, I really need you to trade in my Legion Loyalist. No matter what. Because I can't have that thing running around. Making 1/1s. It's fine by me. We're just gonna chill. We've got our 2 damage in hand. Sure. Scytheclaw Raptor. And I think this will be kind of hard for them to deal with. Unless they've got like a Silk Wrap or something. 10th District Legionnaire. I'm not going to block that. And they're not going to attack with it. So it works out. I think it's a wild slash and an attack from me, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Very, very honored. What is that? How does that tweet go? Okay, beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play it. Decent little card advantage. You're just gonna swing in. I don't care about that. I'm happy enough to Witch's Mark. Draw some actual spells here. And I'm gonna bash you in the head, brother. Or sister. That is unfortunate. Yeah. What a top deck, man. I should not kill that. All right, I'd like some spells, please. Spells would be nice. I may kill this. And if you want to spend a protection spell on that, you know what? Okay. Sure, at least we didn't get bashed in the head with a martial glory, you know. It's not my favorite. Where are my creatures, man? My creatures? I'm gonna get owned by this stupid 2 damage, like incremental 2 damage. Over and over and over again. Burger after burger. I am so mad. That also that doesn't mean anything to you, but wow. Thank you, Bob. Sure, Witch's Mark. What could your hand be? A Fall of the Hammer. You're discarding that, huh? In land. And a Hero of Iroas. Can a brother get a spell? I'm never gonna show my face here again, man. This is insanity. I mean, this is what happens when you only have 10 creatures in the deck, but what am I supposed to do? It's times like this, all you can do is laugh. A 1-drop, a 2-drop, another 2-drop. Fantastic. I will take. Especially because we get to turn on Legalist. Legalist? That's just we're tight like that, so you have a deal 2, which is fine. I would rather you shoot this than anything else that I have. Yep. Okay. Slide Runner. I'm just gonna bash with Slide Runner here. Okay, good. That way we can actually play Stasis Snare. Then gobble up a very fine creature. Except, I'm sorry, I don't know what that was. I am in therapy. Play a creature that I can paunch. Well, can't really paunch you. I guess I can attack, punch, and then survive. This is big brain here, is what this is. This is an enormous brain play. I don't need any more lands for the rest of my life. Punch! I can still activate abilities. I'm gonna wreck you. Also, I gotta make really sure that I don't click on the wrong ability. You're done. And then eventually I get some protection. Do not eat the Legionnaire. Do not eat the Legionnaire. Do not click compulsory rest. Shoot them in the face. Very good. I got him right where I want him. I guess I just want you to get +0/+3. You are so owned. Nice. Now that, I am so glad I kept that enchantment in the deck. I shouldn't be really like this overjoyed about an aggro deck. I like an aggro deck. You know, I love to turn my brain off, but you know, there's just something so pleasing when an opponent uses a removal spell, and it just doesn't matter. Now, what's the play? Because I think it's a Crowan Crusader. Because next turn I could Rimrock Knight and Legion Loyalist. All my stuff gets first strike. You're probably going to get back up Planeswalker. That's cool. That's cool. No big deal. No big deal. That's fine. That's all right. Hey, it's fine, actually. What you're doing over there is totally fine. You did not get Ashiok back, which is interesting. A Loyalist. And I actually think I'm just gonna bash. I'd probably just Wild Slash the O2. And my reasoning is I can save the Rimrock Knight for next turn if I need to. This is a sorcery, so what's the move here? I'm gonna play one of these. Witch's Mark the Crusader. That way I can still Rimrock Knight if I have to. Dish a Mountain. Bash. First strike. I have no idea why you didn't just go get Ashiok. Because this is not helping you. Sure. I think the correct play is to start with Necroner Crusader in case they want to counter it. Because I would much rather play the 10th District Legionnaire. Which they do. Legionnaire. Rock Knight. Let's go ahead and just pump the Legionnaire now. There's no reason to wait. And a Martial Glory on top. My fave. Yummy, yummy. And we get Trample next turn, too? Yeah. Smell you later, opponent. All right, we're back at it. I think we're 5-2, which I'm pretty happy with a 5-2. Me on my dating profile. I don't know what I'm saying. Why does anybody watch YouTube or the internet or content in general? 10th District Legionnaire. Gonna go crazy. Man, they are really hanging on to this Evolving Wilds, huh? They do not want me to know what's in their deck. Light. That's interesting. Probably like a... Yeah. I was expecting a green card. Okay. What about one of these? Huh? Halo Scarab. I need a weapon. Alright, I think I'm supposed to slash that. That's my half-hearted attempt at the Halo theme. Let's see you take a crack at it, pal. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be juicy to eat. Come on. Yeah. I think I cast Sajiri Shelter into this. Because it's basically a removal spell. And it keeps me from... You're a white creature. It keeps me from getting completely rocked by my own raptor. I do kind of want to play Tactician here. I don't need to tap anything down. I'm just going to play Tactician. We can get aggressive in the sky. That's going to be good for me. I don't really know what their deck is doing. Celestia Charm. Another Celestia Charm, perhaps? Or not? Alright, did I cast my witches? Okay, I did not. Gonna make a treasure? They probably are color screwed. If they cast Dragon Lord Dramoka, I'm gonna quit the game. Okay. Please fight. So the Rimrock Knight does nothing here. Because it gets +2/+2 and yeah. You got me there. You know, you totally got me there. I'd like my Witch's Mark. I would not like that. I kind of just gotta chill out for a second. I really hope I don't get beat by that. I'm gonna be really upset if I do. Oh no. I'm gonna get beat by that. I shouldn't eat the Scytheclaw Raptor yet, because it could drop. Could draw. Is there a world where I win this game? You know what? Ball up top, man. I'm gonna cast this Rimrock Knight. And we are going to hope and we're gonna pray that if I eat the Scytheclaw Raptor... Actually, I'm not even dead yet. I'm not dead yet. If I draw a land, I'm quitting Magic forever. All right, well, see you guys later. We're actually never playing Magic on stream again. Nah, I'm just kidding. You know, it's Magic. It happens. Still a decent record though, and the games were fun. I got my gems back, and that's what matters. And we had a fun time doing it too. So let's take a look here. What could we have done better? Well, we could have had more creatures, that's for sure. Highlight of the deck for me probably is Burning Anger. That was a lot of fun. I never got to Dictate of Heliod. I think cast that card like twice. And then Secure the Wastes. You were really shy. Otherwise, a fine deck. Definitely was lacking in the creature department. But we did good enough. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you want to see more drafts. See ya.